What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking my sports talk. All right, check it out, everybody. Don't believe what Manny Pacquiao and George Kambosos Jr. saying about Floyd Mayweather and Teofimo Lopez. Pretty simple. They're afraid of him. And I think that, look, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather situation. Pacquiao, I think he's poking the bear, basically. He trying to get up on the Floyd skin. He's trying to do everything he can to get his ass back on Floyd Mayweather Jr. I don't know how much is going to work because we know Floyd does what he does. And I don't think he cares what anybody says. It's all about the money. So I think Manny tried to play on his ego some, and he was saying in an article, I guess he was being interviewed by someone from Boxing Scene, and he was just saying that Floyd is afraid. He's afraid to get back in the ring with him. He's about to fight a current champion. Floyd don't really want a real fight. Manny said his goal in boxing is to defeat undefeated fighters. That's what his goal is to just go in there and take out this guy that's undefeated, that's not supposed to be beaten, while Floyd is fighting YouTube stars and his only objective is money. He says that fight that you were supposed to fight with me, basically you're afraid. Get in the ring, come fight a real man. Now, George Kambosos Jr. is saying something similar about Teofimo Lopez concerning this COVID-19 thing. He thinks it's just a ploy. And an article just came out recently here showing that Teofimo was on vacation, quote unquote on vacation now. George Kambosos Jr. feels that he saw something in Teofimo's eyes that let him know he's not ready for the challenge. I'm not sure what that could be. My God, Teofimo's going to beat the hell out of George Kambosos Jr. as far as I'm concerned. But I will say this, something that I don't like from boxers, and I was saying it about Josh Taylor heading into that fight with Jose Ramirez, where he's not focused on that guy in front of you. And I do feel like at some levels, Teofimo's looking past George Kambosos Jr. He's been talking about Lomachenko, of course, Tank Davis, Ryan, all of these other fighters. What he wants to accomplish and do. Josh Taylor at 140, but you got George Kambosos Jr. right there. And then, this whole COVID-19 thing, it's being delayed, the fight being delayed multiple times. George Kambosos Jr. thinks that it's a plot. Teofimo doesn't have enough time to train properly. He knows he's in a big fight. All kind of things these guys are saying. And look, I think Manny Pacquiao really believes Floyd is afraid of him, man. Joshua Littlejohn, what's up with you, bro? Ronald Finkley, I can't wait for this. True Media early. What's good? Speaking Mind Sports Talk. What's good with you, Ronald Finkley? Good morning, everyone. Kevin, what's up with you, Kevin? Ronald. He said D. Jefferson, the cappuccino kid. Yeah, man. Toby Barlett in the building. What's good? BK, what's up? What's up with you, BK? Iceman in the building. Appreciate you sliding through, bro. Iceman. Toby Barlett, Mr. Ronald Finkley. Good afternoon, sir. Well in the building. Pac-Man definitely wants to entice Floyd into the ring for one last dance. It definitely be a huge to be on. I think that it would. You guys know too, and also Pacquiao kind of poked at Floyd's numbers on that Paul fight, because you know Floyd was talking about breaking records and all that, as he always does. And that fight wasn't as successful as Floyd anticipated. However, still more successful than most fights in boxing as of now. But Manny Pacquiao said, you know, he says that Floyd's more interested in fighting guys that cannot compete with him. Look, man, Floyd's a genius inside of that ring. He's a promotional genius for Tank. Beating Floyd is easier said than done. However, you know, tension, Logan Paul, and this nonsense Floyd's been doing doesn't compare to the fights Manny Pacquiao's been taking on, you know, Adrian Broner, Keith Thurman, Danny, and now Errol Spence. And we know that Pacquiao's been training. But if you think about it, guys, let's not forget, Manny Pacquiao is older than Floyd Mayweather. That's number one. And it is not as if Manny Pacquiao has been ridiculously active since their fight. He really hasn't. So, you know, Manny's been inactive as well. This is why the stripping of the WBA ended up happening. So how much, again, I know he's been fighting official fighters, but we know Floyd Mayweather, even when he doesn't box, he trains, man. He spars, he trains, he stays fit, you know. And although it was just 2 exhibition matches, Floyd trains the way he's been training. And Manny has had, you know, 3 valid fights, but that's it. It's a difference of 1 fight since they fought, fam, right? And so how much different will it be? Of course, with Floyd putting on these money shows, you know, tension and Logan Paul, he's talking about fighting Jake Paul. And we'll give, I mean, why wouldn't Manny think he's afraid of fire? I think that they snaked the hell out of Manny in the beginning. But I agree with you here, Will, that Manny is looking for, you know, he wants that to be his last fight. And speaking of money, because, like, I'm all with Manny Pacquiao. Floyd should give him the fight. Floyd told him to sign. You know, everybody knows what happened. So I'm all with Manny Pacquiao. But let's not act holier than thou, man. You know? At the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao says Floyd's a coward. He doesn't want to fight him. You know, he set him up to fight, come over to PBC, take a couple of fights and get him. Floyd doesn't want to adhere to the deal that he set for. However, let's not be hypocritical here, because if you guys think about it, and Will, like you saying here, Pac-Man definitely wants to entice Floyd into the ring for one last dance. It's also about money with Manny. Manny's about to go on to attempt to be president of the Philippines. You know, these campaigns cost a lot of money. He's a very giving person. His philanthropy is at an all-time high, Manny Pacquiao. So it's about money with you too. You know, he will get ready to go fight Terrence Crawford, which is probably the most dangerous fight for Manny at this point. And why was he going to do that? I think the tune of $40 million was the reason why, because the guys in Qatar dropped that site fee. So we can't act super hypocritical here when we start talking about the money. You know, as far as him saying that Floyd's afraid of him, afraid to fight him now because he's fighting real champions, he's fighting real fighters while Floyd's putting on exhibition matches. Manny Pacquiao says that that's all Floyd can handle right now. Exhibition fights, the Logan Paul, the tensions, the Jake Paul. He can't really handle a real fight right now. And he's afraid to get back in the ring with him, as he promised. Now, you know, with George Kambosos Jr. and Teofimo Lopez, listen, man, I like George Kambosos Jr. hard. I like the fact that George Kambosos Jr. didn't keep this friendly. I don't mind a little banter and talking. I'm cool with what George Kambosos Jr. is saying about Teofimo, to be honest. There is some merit to some of the things that George Kambosos Jr. is saying about Teofimo, because I personally don't go for boxers. Not really. We've not heard Teofimo talk much about Kambosos Jr. I mean, Kambosos Jr. is taking shots at his father. He's calling Teofimo Sr. a clown. He's taking all kind of shots at Teofimo Sr. So the tension is there. The tension's been built up. They started off cordially. However, the back and forth banter is, going wild. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. About to burn the house down. Still had something on the stove. All right. So now with George Kambosos Jr., like, come on, man, let's be serious. He was in a split decision fight with Lee Selby. Now, Lee Selby's not, I'm not saying he's a low-level fighter. I think Lee Selby's a decent boxer, but these guys are just not on the level of Till and Loma and Devin. Now, Devin has proved himself, in my opinion. These guys are not on the level. They're below level. And to be honest, Kambosos Jr., you split decision, majority decision or something like that over Lee Selby. That doesn't, to me, warrant Teofimo, one, being afraid of you. I don't think Teofimo's afraid of him at all. He has it set in his mind that Teofimo knows what's coming, and this whole COVID thing is a delay. I can't go with the delay on Teofimo without saying it was a delay for most people. I will admit to this. I said this a while ago when Povetkin came down with COVID, and I felt like some of these promoters and fighters and teams are using that as an excuse to delay a fight. Here's something that's interesting too. Somebody ran it by me. Could Teofimo Lopez be cycling off? Needed more time to cycle off. Okay, I got COVID. That gives him more time to cycle off. I'm not sure. He's young. I don't think that, at this age they really need that, but I think all athletes take some things as, and if you don't come up clean and the fight's coming up, you may need a couple of more weeks to cycle off something you're doing. Look, we talk about Canelo and the clenbuterol situation, and we know clenbuterol is good for cutting weight, maintaining strength and power and stuff like that. And hey, Teofimo is a big kid. To be perfectly honest, he probably needs to be at 140 now. And clenbuterol ain't the only PED out there used to cut weight proficiently. There could be a lot of reasons outside of COVID, but COVID could actually be the valid reason. Why? We heard, I think it was someone told me something about Virgil Ortiz and his COVID situation prior to going into the Maurice Hooker fight. Well, the thing with Virgil Ortiz was Virgil Ortiz had COVID months before that fight, months and months before the training camp. Teofimo contracted this during the camp, so it's different. It's too close to the fight. This is why I knew Povetkin would lose. This is an upper respiratory infection, man. Like, the symptoms from people who have COVID, they always talk about having problems breathing. And the breathing and the stamina. And so, who's to say? Is it an excuse? Is it an excuse for Teofimo to take some more time, to train some more? He's not prepared. or he's cycling off of PEDs, or he's afraid of Kambosos Jr., or is it a valid reason? Because if he's contracted this COVID virus, and we know it affects the respiratory, he's not getting in the ring with that kind of stuff. However, none of that matters to George Kambosos Jr. He's calling them out, bro. He's calling them both out. Teofimo Sr., Teofimo Lopez. Watch what you ask for, young man, because I got Teofimo stopping you. I don't know about the whole 3-round thing. Duck, what's good with you, Duck? Good to see you, brother. Said Teofimo got COVID again after seeing Loma's last performance. Hey, bro, that's funny, Duck. But, I mean, the reality is after seeing the last performance, they want to fight him again. And that COVID don't really I get it for George Kambosos Jr. and what he's saying, but Lomachenko, look, styles make fights. Styles make fights, okay? Nakatani is damaged goods. He's damaged goods. His punch resistance is gone, bro. He doesn't swing as fast as Teo, hit hard as Teo. His footwork ain't like Teo. In that first fight with Lomachenko, we saw Lomachenko turn Nakatani multiple times in that fight. He attempted that with Teofimo. Teofimo spanked on the ball of his front foot, popped his ass with a hook. The first time Lomo tried that. The second time Lomo tried it, Teo spanked with him again, hit him with a body shot. Styles make fights, fam. Some of those things that Lomo was doing to Masaoshi Nakatani, he attempted to do that to Teofimo in the first fight, and it didn't work out for him. So I don't think that they're even remotely worried about what's going on with Lomachenko, how well he did. It actually enticed them to want to fight him again, or at least that's what they're saying. I think that it's more about the money. Because Teofimo is the kid out there that's doing the most, making the least. He makes less money than Tank, Ryan, and Devin, and Loma, right? He just re-signed with a contract. Bob Arum is promising him again to make sure that the fight's very lucrative. But if Bob Arum offers you 1.2, very lucrative to him could be $3 million, right? He promised Bill Haney that you fight Linares and look good in that performance, you get Teofimo Lopez. I think that Devin Haney looked very impressive in the Linares win. Well, Bob didn't call, he didn't live up to his word. Look, man, we can't believe the things Bob Arum say. And the reality of everything going on at 135, that kid's doing the most, Teofimo Lopez, and earning the least chips. Which is why he's some of the reason he's still down at 35, if you ask me, because even the Josh Taylor fight ain't gonna bring him more money than, say, Tank versus Teo, Ryan versus Teo, maybe even Loma rematch versus Teo. Hell, Devin versus Teo could bring more money than this Josh Taylor fight. And then you look at the other guys at 140, there's no money there. If Teofimo was to jump to 140 now, and say he does win fights and get belts, he will be accomplishing all of this with not the right type of compensation for it. And so 135 is where the money at. Look, if he's gonna take the George Kambosos Jr. fight. It's mandatory. We know that. And then it's the rematch with Lomachenko. I say he's done after that. I would rather see him fight Devin Haney, but again, I say he's done after the next Teofimo. I mean the Lomachenko match, because he can't stay down there for so long. Spence about to wreck Pac, bro. Yeah, I'll get on that in a little bit, Ronald. I'm not sure. Said Will. Salute Toby. Puerto Rican rum, mi hermano. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you, Puerto Rican rum. Good to see you, brother. Floyd, did I say Floyd was older? Pac was older? I didn't mean to say that. As old. Yeah, you're right. Floyd is older than Pac. Yeah. Misspoke. Just misspoke real quick, Will. Shepherd of Sons, what's up? What's up? Floyd is older. Yeah, he is. Diego Spence still has nightmares about that Ferrari. Pac wrecked that. I don't, man. That the fans were more worried about that accident than Errol Spence. I tell you that. Yeah, the fans was definitely more worried about that accident than Errol Spence, man. I don't even know. Like, listen, Diego Bandito, you do know that Spencer said he wasn't even back 100% in the Danny Garcia fight. Now, whether that's true or not, none of us know. Only Spence knows what his body was. But it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable that he wasn't all the way back. People were questioning whether he should even take Danny Garcia first. But he said he wasn't all the way back. He said he was at about 75%, but he's at 100% now. You know, he's changed his diet up totally, and he's back with Blu-ray, and he's been doing yoga. Don't sleep on yoga, fam. A lot of top athletes entertain yoga. Look, man, Spence is on another level. Listen, I love Manny Pacquiao. We all love Manny Pacquiao. But, man, this ain't no uphill battle for Errol Spence. This is an uphill battle for Manny Pacquiao. This is what people got to keep in mind. F. Keith Thurman, bro. Manny Pacquiao beat a once-upon-a-time Keith Thurman. This is a Keith Thurman that wasn't himself. You could tell that after the Josecito Lopez fight. Do you think not Spence, Crawford, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, they all would have beaten that Keith Thurman, in my opinion? That's not the Keith Thurman that battled with Danny Garcia, that battled with Sean Porter. He wasn't at that caliber. That's not the Keith Thurman we saw in that ring with Manny Pacquiao. This is a Keith Thurman that's on his way out the door, basically. He's injury prone. He's getting injured after his last 3 fights. He's injured. Pac gonna wreck that boy? Wreck him? Man, you don't bump your head, Diego. Leave Floyd alone. I don't want to see Pac slap those. Okay, man. I'm getting ready to stop. You one of these haters, bro. I don't have time for that nonsense, Diego. Monty Brown TV in the building. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you, Monty. Good to see you, fam. Diego. Yeah, he's retired. Let the man go. Yeah, Diego's on some old hate and stuff right now, bro. I'm in a different mindset, man. Coming back after that long live with Mateo and stuff, month off, and I had time to think. I'm not getting excited, entertaining. Man, we here to report boxing. We're gonna be talking boxing this thing. Like all of the cursing and the vulgar language, I'm cutting a lot of that out too, man. At least for me, I'm not making any demands on you guys. I would ask that you guys start to just follow suit, but I'm not putting any demand on y'all when y'all come on the panel. But a lot of that stuff I used to do before, man, look, it's gonna be idiots everywhere, and obviously Diego's another one. So whatever, man. Let's talk boxing. Team Crawford turned Pacquiao down. They didn't turn him down. Duck, where you been at? Bob Arum couldn't secure the site fee. That fight wasn't ever going to happen without the $50 million, Duck. See, there was a $50 million site fee from the investors out in Qatar, the Saudi, the oil, whatever, the tycoons out in Qatar were going to offer up a $50 million site fee. Well, no site fee, no Pacquiao fight, because Bob Arum and Top Rank ain't going to pay Pacquiao $40 million, and they ain't going to pay Crawford $10 million. right? So it's not Team Crawford didn't turn down anything. Team Pacquiao didn't walk away from the fight. No site fee, duck. No site fee, no fight. Well, you could go invest $50 million on Pac and Crawford and hope it brings that back, duck. Pretty sure they'll have the fight then. But if you don't give Bob $50 million, he ain't gonna get no fight. It don't have nothing to do with Team Crawford or Team Pacquiao. Manny been fighting real fights with small gloves, full contact, but Floyd been doing exhibitions. Yeah, that's what Manny is saying. And he's afraid of him. He said he made an offer, to get him back in the ring, but he's afraid of him. Chris Colbert, Ronald Finkley said, fight this weekend, Chris Colbert 15-6 knockouts versus Nanbaya 21-1, 9 knockouts, 12. Hey, I tell you something about this fight. He had an easier route with Yuriorkis Gamboa. He went the replacement fight here, guys. In my opinion, the replacement fight is actually a better fight. I totally trashed that fight with Gamboa and Chris Colbert. I was like, what are they doing? Why do they keep passing Gamboa around like a damn party favor? Right? Thought it was extremely disrespectful to Gamboa myself. But I like this fight better than Gamboa. He's gonna be in a tougher fight here. So not a bad matchup. Floyd is retired. Let him enjoy his life, chilling with the stripper fiance. Yeah, I mean, whatever, man. I don't care. Get in the ring. I don't think that it's much of a difference. That's what I'm saying. Like, people overblow. Okay, Toby. I'm not picking on you, Toby Bartlett. But this is the idea. Manny been fighting real fights with small gloves, full contact, but Floyd been doing exhibitions. This is the idea going through people's heads about this. Listen, I don't think it's much difference between their fight before and if they was to fight again. I said it backwards earlier, but Floyd's the younger guy. Even in retirement, Floyd's been in full training, bro. Like, he's been training as if he's an active boxer. Floyd keeps himself in shape. Floyd has much less wear and tear on him than Manny Pacquiao. I don't know what you people are thinking, bro. This is not just Floyd has no interest in it. He just has interest in money. That's all it is. Now, Pacquiao, I'm all with you, Pacquiao. Call him a coward. Call him scared. Call him all of that. I'm cool with that. Shout out to Manny for that. But, I mean, look, Floyd is retired. Diego, I can see right now, bro, you one of those partial fans, bro. You're a one-sided fan. I'm about boxing here. That's why I'm going to have to ignore you some, dog. If Teofimo's sick, I don't believe he's sick. Well, again, Iceman, look, the COVID-19, when they first started this, the third fighter that got it, I immediately thought to myself, I said it on the live, Iceman, you might have been here. I think that these promoters, network companies, promotional company networks, teams, these fighters' teams are using this COVID thing as an excuse to delay fights. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm not going to act like Teofimo, Lopez, and his team, just because that's one of my favorite guys. I'm not going to act like they could be, oh, no, not Teofimo, Teofimo Sr. Yeah, they could be using that to delay the fight. For what reason, I'm not sure. But, there are a couple of pictures fluttering around, like when Ryan Garcia had the mental wellness issue. He had to go find himself, and then you see him drinking matas on the beach with his girlfriend, chilling. That don't really give a lot of validity to mental distress. And, same thing just happened with Teofimo Lopez here. Saw him out chilling, arm around some guy. You're supposed to be sick with COVID. So, if you're sick with COVID and fights are being delayed, it's probably not good for you to have these type of pictures surfacing around that you having a good time. I don't think that COVID immobilizes a person. However, if you're that sick, you ain't gonna be running around having a good time. So Teofimo had a couple of pictures out there. Hey, it is what it is. It could be. It could be. Maybe he's not. Maybe there was a delay for a reason. I ain't gonna put it past nobody, Iceman. I'm tired of taking off with these fighters. Did they turn around and prove me wrong? Top Rank said he's on vacation in Italy with his wife. Yeah. Well, that was a report that came out. But, you know, again, you can go on vacation and still take it easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, I heard that. Carlos Mendoza, what's up? Can a president of a country still compete in boxing? Imagine if Pacquiao was the president and still fighting. Michael Buffer introducing Pacquiao to the ring. President of the Philippines, a division champion. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't see why not. I just don't think that they would have the time to. And it would be kind of disrespectful to the position of president. I'm not sure if there's any rules against it though, but you know, training camps, you're going to take off 3 months, 4 months from running your country to compete in a boxing match. So I don't think morally and ethically probably is where it clashed. I don't think that there's any specific rules against it. I heard they're going to put it back into the 11th of September. That's when Canelo wants to fight planned. Could be September, October, November, December. Don't know. Don't know, Toby. I mean, supposed to be fighting twice this year, so it can't be pushed back. But so far, to tell you the truth, man, those Solo was good with your brother. Was good. Said Lomachenko looked very impressive in his last fight. I think this time Lolo beats Lopez. Well, I think Lomachenko looked fantastic against Nakatani, and I think he gets stopped in this next fight with Teofimo Lopez. The way he looked against Nakatani has nothing to do with what's going to happen with Teofimo Lopez. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Well, we just talked about that fight. I'm not putting that up again. You already put up the Chris Colbert and talks, man. Hey, he looked impressively feather-fisted. Man, no, you a wild boy. Look, cut it out, man. He did it. Impressively feather-fisted. Man, cut that out. He can't punch. That's for sure. He can't punch. He damn sure can box, Rando. Very impressive boxing performance, to say. Very, very impressive boxing performance. But I got to agree with you. He can't really box. I mean, he can't punch. Don't have a lot of power. I thought he would beat Teo in the rematch before seeing the Nakatani fight. He knows what to do now. So, man, whatever, man. Whatever. Let me tell y'all something about this whole Lomachenko looking impressive against Nakatani. Nakatani ain't throwing back to Lomachenko what Teofimo is throwing back to Lomachenko. Look at the punches that Nakatani was throwing at Lomachenko. He was hitting him with jabs and a straight right. That's what he basically was hitting Lomachenko with, jabs and a straight right. The body shots he was throwing, he did throw a few body shots. He got Loma's attention with one of those body shots, but one of them was incredibly low. But most of the fight is just jabs and straight rights. If you're dumb enough to believe, because if you watch the first fight, you already know that's not all Teofimo was throwing at Lomachenko. The more punches, the more assortment, the different combinations that's thrown at a fighter gives him more to think about. Makes it more difficult to come in there and get his work done. So, you know, honestly, you guys that is with this Loma hype, because I know a lot of you guys' feelings was hurt and upset when Loma lost that fight. There's no way he should have lost to Teofimo. Now it looks great the way he beat Nakatani. This is a common opponent, guys. I just said this yesterday. Deontay Wilder beat Dominic Brazil way quicker and more impressively than Anthony Joshua. Does that mean Deontay Wilder beats Joshua? Think about it. Deontay Wilder iced Dominic Brazil. Played around with him. Wow, iced him out of there. Anthony Joshua had to pummel this guy for 7 full rounds and beat him down. And you go watch the fight. He had to pummel him and beat him down for 7 full rounds. So Wilder got him out there a lot quicker than Joshua. Does that mean Wilder beats Joshua? No, it doesn't. And then what do you guys think, that Teofimo is just going to stay stagnant? Do you understand that Loma's here? He's here. He's not going up. You don't go up from where Loma is. He's one of the greatest, the best boxers in boxing today. So he is here. It is Teofimo that is on the rise, constantly learning, taking in more. He learned Loma. It's Teofimo who had never seen a Lomachenko before, not the other way around. Stylistically, Loma's seen fighters like Teofimo. He's fought bigger fighters. It's Teofimo that fought something new. It's Teofimo that gained more information about Lomachenko and that style of fighting. And so do you think this kid that's 23 years old is just going to stay stagnant? Look at what he's doing in boxing. Like, come on, people, use your brains here. Lomachenko, Teofimo is a great fight. The rematch was warranted. I go as far as to say it's a 50-50 fight again. This is what I was saying. The first fight, yeah, Loma could win that fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Well, no, I didn't. I said 55-45 because I said Teofimo gonna knock Lomachenko ass out in the 7th round. And I'm back to that prediction again because a lot of you guys I got that prediction wrong when the fight was going to end and how it was going to end because of Lomachenko not doing anything for the first 6 rounds. However, a lot of the things that happened in that fight and the way Teofimo fought him, I got that right. Lomachenko starts earlier. Teofimo stronger, faster, earlier. So Lomachenko starting off earlier, engaging earlier, increases his chance of getting knocked out, which will happen, duck. So you can have Lomachenko. I got Teofimo Lopez. Once again, Chin Smoke was good. How long can he keep making one? Not long, bro. He's got to be gone soon. Hey, Hobbs, what's up? Good to see you, hey, Hobbs. Let Teofimo fight Kambosos and Loma and go up to 140. Haney will catch him out. That's what I think is probably going to happen. That's probably how it's going to have to happen, too. If Haney's smart, he'll fight Mando and try to grab a belt at 140. Go up. Yeah. W. Wild, Spence capping. He's cashing out. Spence is cashing out? Okay, that makes no sense. All right, Cole, what's good with your brethren? What's good? Yuli X Games in the building. What's up with you, Yuli? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Danny ain't good at 147, so Weight Bully didn't need to be at 100%. Again, guys, I don't know if y'all come over here for entertainment. I guess you guys are not gonna like D. Jefferson anymore because I'm not responding to silliness anymore. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all said these stupid things like this, I'm not, Mando. I'm gonna talk to you, Mando. I'm not even gonna do that. But like these new faces coming, like this guy Diego that keeps saying this crazy stuff. I'm not going in. Mando, as far as that concerned. Danny's talking about trying to fight Jermell Charlo. Right? See, you guys don't still, I've been gone for damn near a month and it's still back to the same thing. You guys don't read anything. So Danny's been talking about pursuing a fight with Jermell Charlo. When Spence came back, he said Danny ain't good at 147. But when Spence came back, he came off an accident. It's like you had amnesia. You caught amnesia and forgot about the fact that a lot of people were saying that maybe Spence shouldn't even take that fight, a top 5 welterweight, coming off that accident. Spence says that he wasn't 100% in that fight. Believable because he came off that near-death experience accident. Weight bullying, you're not paying attention here. I mean, you over here on this channel all the time, but it's like you don't listen. because I put the live up, I put the video up. The dude has been maintaining 167 or less since he's been back off that accident. Even when you see him out at the fights and stuff, Spencer's not big and fat and overblown like that anymore. You're taking stuff from before Sean Porter, you're applying it to now. It's the same thing you guys did with the Tank Davis situation during the Leo Santa Cruz fight. And I told you guys back then, during Leo Santa Cruz fight, all of this laziness, this not being in shape, this not being disciplined, that has gone with Tank. He's in the gym now. He's focused. And he proved it with Leo Santa Cruz. Came in phenomenal shape. Proved it again. He stopped Barrios in the 11th round. What was it that people were talking about? Oh, Tank fat, out of shape, blah, blah, blah. He stopped him in the 11th. But what does that tell you? Conditioning. Right? If you guys see changes in fighters, whether you like them or not, when you just don't acknowledge it, then you just make yourself look foolish in your assessments. So you can keep calling Spencer weight bully. Okay. Then you're just going to be dumbfounded. You're going to be ignorant to what's really going on. If that's really your perspective, then you're blinding yourself. You're putting blinders on. That weight bully nonsense is over with, man, though. So, I mean, hey, stay blind. Keep your blinders on if that's what you want to do. Hit the like, motherfuckers. Appreciate you, Iron Cone. Appreciate you, bro. Marquez slept packed when he started. Yeah, you one of the new silly guys. I got no time for you, Diego. You got to learn about this sport, man. You talking about a Marquez fight. You know how long ago that was? Duck, no way. I don't know. They sipping on some sauce early this morning, Ron. They must got some 151 in their coffee, Ronald. I'm just drinking coffee. What's up? You know, Leo, he said, who you got? Lopez. Oh, just Teofimo easy. I say 6-round knockout. Kambosos Jr. is way under level, man. He's a strong guy. I mean, he's a strong young fighter, ambitious. He's under level. Skill level is not the guy that's going to be the Teofimo. It's going to take a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Josh Taylor, those type of fighters to beat Teofimo. Not a George Kambosos Jr. I mean, look at the other three guys: Devin Haney, Josh Taylor, Vasyl Lomachenko, George Kambosos Jr. He ain't on the level of those guys. It's those type of guys that will have a chance to beat Teofimo. Devin, Lomachenko, Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor I pick over Teo for the win, actually. I picked Teo over Loma and Devin, but I actually picked Josh over Teo. However, those are the guys, Regis Prograis, those are the guys to beat Teofimo. Now put George Kambosos Jr. with those names. Hey, come on, guys. Teofimo, easy. Got your tickets ready for Undisputed. Oh, boy. Is the Kambosos Jr. fight delayed? Yeah, man, it's delayed. It's delayed. I don't really care, man. I just, whenever they have it. The Saudis are coming. D. Hodges in the building. What's good with you, D. Hodges? What up, D. Jeff? In chat, LDBC, salute to you, my brother D. Hodges in the LDBC. Always good to see you, D. Hodges. Always good to see you, brother. It was Crawford that declined to sign the contract with Pacquiao, though. I have no horse in the race. That's what the report said. Now Crawford's fighting Zepeda and Pacquiao's fighting Spence. Says a lot. Listen, I'm a Spence fan. Now, I've always been on the Spence side of things as far as the fight, not the politics. The politics, I've been blaming Bob Arum and Al Heyman for a lot of this, not the fighters. So, Duck, again, like Duck, I'm speaking to you because you're regular. You've been here. A lot of these new guys that come in with this type of foolishness, Duck, I'm not really going to entertain it, but I'm trying to enlighten you here. Okay, because if you really believe these things, then I just feel it necessary. This is why we have these discussions, to enlighten you that you're way off, fam. Okay? Say it to you one more time, though. $50 million site fee from the Saudis that did not come through. It has nothing to do with Crawford ducking out of the fight, Pacquiao ducking out of the fight. Crawford don't want to take a real fight. You guys wash all of that out your mind, Duck, because this is the last time I'm going to try to help you with this. $50 million site fee. Pacquiao to get $40 million, Crawford to get $10 million. Do you get it, Duck? Well, they did not come up with the $50 million site fee. Fight off. Now, you can continue to apply all your reasonings to it and just negate the fact that the money wasn't there. So, bro, and if you do that, you're going to be like this with your blinders on, just like Diego, with your blinders on, dumbfounded. You don't see what's going on because you believe this kind of stuff. $50 million site fee, fam. That's it. That's it. Not Pac's fault, not Crawford's fault. 50 million. They didn't come up with it. So that's it, bro. My guess is Lopez needs more time to make weight. That shadow boxing is what I was saying too, right? I think that there is a reason behind the delay. I'm with anybody that says the delay is foolery, that COVID is foolery. I'm not all with that, bro. I was one of the first ones to say I think that they're using this. Who can argue with it? Like, we can, right now, we're speculating and we saying this, that, and the third. But if someone says they came down with COVID, it's not like you really can't argue with that. Now, you can assume that it's fake. You can assume that this is not happening. But I mentioned cycling off of PED, shadow boxing, more time to make weight because he's struggling to get down to that weight. You know what I mean? Yeah, that could be a reason. I'm not saying that couldn't be a reason. I mean, you know, these fanboys of these guys, they wouldn't want to accept that kind of stuff. But, man, come on. We're talking boxing here, baby. You know what I mean? It's about boxing, so could be, Shadow. Could be, brother. Duck, you starting to look like a fanboy. Duck's out of his mind this morning, Ron. Good morning to you too, Shadow. The opposite, actually. I'm tired of these excuses from Crawford and his fans why he's bashing lesser competition. Yeah, circumstances. His fans are delusional. You know, Duck, I will agree with you on this. And it's the same thing, like Wilder fans, retarded, Pacquiao fans, you know, Spence fans. My guy Spence, Devin Haney fans. Like, these fans do make you kind of want to go at it. They give you this, like, you want to go at what's being said just because of the foolishness coming from them. But man, don't let that affect you, bro. Just kind of pay attention to the articles, what the business side of it is saying, and kind of stay away from what the fans really think. I personally, Duck, I think it's foolishness too. I mean, bro, you fought a gimp leg Benavidez, a non-boxing Jeff Holm, a scared to death Amir Khan, Gidius Calvialasquez, which was a good fight, but under level. Wasn't on Crawford's level. Gidius Calvialasquez barely, he didn't even show up well against Ray Robinson. So this wasn't a guy who was on Crawford level, but it was a good fight. And then a broken down Kell Brook. So I get it. It's not like, okay, so you came up to 147, you got your belt, but outside of that, what have you done? What have you done? And now he's not talking about his next fight is not even going to be serious. So I get it. This time I don't really I'm not disagreeing with you on this one, Duck. I feel you on that. Makai, what's good with your brother, my UK brother? He says Pacquiao needs the money from Floyd fight. Floyd makes money. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Makai. What's up with you, brother, before you came in? I mean, like, I said that, you know, that's when I was talking with Pacquiao and his explanation of why Floyd's scared. Some of it I'm agreeing with, but when he put in there, Floyd's chasing money and this, that, and the third. That's all he care about. Like, I was like, come on, slow down with that pack, because you really want the Floyd fight so you get that bag, man. I mean, I know you want to avenge your name and all of that, but this ain't no secret that you're looking for a bag in these last 2 fights before you retire and run off and try to be president. You know, most money you're going to get is with Floyd, not with Conor McGregor crossover fight and Crawford, Spence, Mikey, none of them. Floyd Mayweather is the biggest paycheck he'll get. So Floyd's chasing money, and Pacquiao needs money. I'm with you, Makai. With you all day, brother. Duck says Haney the only man to not stop. I know. Or Gamboa, Duck. Or Gamboa. Right? He's not a puncher. He is definitely not a puncher. Gamboa had been stopped in every fight, every loss prior to Haney. 3 losses, stopped in every one of them, dropped in every 16 times before Haney didn't even put him on the canvas. Bill Haney said, oh, his hair was broken and blah, 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 whatever. So then he gets into a fight with a guy who had lost 5 times and had been stopped 5 times in every loss, dropped multiple times. And once again, Haney doesn't stop him and doesn't even drop him. He punch. He's not a big puncher. However, out of 24 rounds with Gamboa and Jorge Linares, Devin Haney lost 3. Got to get a kid respect, bro. He's a boxer. He's not a puncher. He's definitely a boxer. So, I'm cool with Haney with that. Teofimo left New York and trained in isolation for the Loma fight because he didn't want to catch COVID with his asthma. I find it strange Teofimo or Kambosos Jr. never had the... Yeah, I don't know, man. Jamar Turner, what's up with you, brother? I see you. He said, I said before the Nakatani fight, D, I saw enough in the second half of the Teo Loma fight to make my pick for the rematch. That's cool. That's cool, Duck. I'm telling you, Teo going to knock him out this time. He's going to stop him this time. Teofimo hurt Lomachenko in that last fight. All you Lomachenko lovers, I don't know if you're forgetting that. He hurt him. Then Lomachenko got frustrated, came and charged him with the headbutt. Don't you remember that? But he hurt him later in that fight. That's because Loma wasn't willing to engage. So if he hurt him later in the fight, this is when you've used a lot of your energy. Your punches are not as hard in the 11th round as it is in the first 6 rounds. All of that's going to play a factor. He's going to be more aware, alert, stronger, hitting harder earlier. So if Loma takes off earlier, which will be required, because if he comes in there with this 6th round social distancing, he's going to lose again. So what's going to be required is he starts earlier, which is what he practiced with Masayoshi Nakatani. He practiced to start earlier. That's going to get him knocked out. That was the prediction that I made up before the knock, and that's the prediction that I'm going to make again, because I think that's the mentality that Loma's coming out there with. I said it. I got the prediction wrong, 7th round. But for the first 6 rounds, he didn't do anything. He stayed away. He basically moved away from Teofimo. So I can't expect to be right on the 7th round stoppage if Lomachenko ain't engaging for the first 6 rounds. He's going to get stopped in this next fight. Watch what I tell you. Stopped. Teofimo will stop him. Loma had Teo figured out. In my opinion, 7th round. Rematch will continue this way. We'll see. We'll see again. Lomachenko had Teofimo figured out in that fight. Again, we acted like Teofimo's not going to progress. Like he's not going to learn. He's just going to stay stagnant. Remember, Loma's here. Teofimo's trying to get to that level of fighter. But Loma's here, and that's where he is. He's at the top level. Teofimo is still coming up. And every fight, every day, every month in between, since Loma fought him, the kid is getting better. Stronger. Duck, are you thinking about this? He's 23. So did you even contemplate the fact that this is going to be a bigger, stronger fighter than the first time Loma fought him? He's 23. You got to take everything into account, fam. If Loma was respecting his power, and you can say what you want, he practiced social distancing because he knew he can't have power. So if he was respecting that power, then, and the kid's going to be stronger, hitting harder, faster, more aware now. Loma's getting stopped. Loma's getting stopped, Duck. Duck, I hope Haney versus Lomachenko happens first. Ronald, you're an enigma, fam. You're an enigma. That's the last fight that needs to happen. I don't understand you sometimes, Ronald. Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. It's the last fight. Teofimo versus Devin Haney. Why would Lomachenko and Haney fight first before Teo? It's a waste. It's a waste of freaking time. Pardon my French, guys. It's a waste of freaking time. We saw Lomachenko, Teofimo. Loma lost. Too arrogant to implement a rematch clause. Now you got Loma fans hollering it should have been a rematch. Well, he shouldn't have been arrogant. Talking about he's going to send Teofimo crying to his daddy. He don't need a rematch. Should have put a rematch clause in. However, it should be Teofimo and Devin Haney. And then Teo goes up to 140. I don't hope that it's Loma and Haney next. I hope that all of that gets scrapped and Devin Haney and Teofimo get in the ring. That would be ample after Kambosos Jr. The boxing world wants Haney versus Lomachenko ASAP. The boxing world wants Haney versus Teofimo, Ronald. Which fight do you think they want more? Haney Loma or Haney Teofimo? I don't know. Whether you technically figure someone out or not, if you can't physically beat them, it don't matter. Yeah, good point. Unrivaled, what's good? What's good? It's possible that Lomachenko was legit hurt against Lopez. That's why. Well, that's a good. I said that the fight with Nakatani someone validates his shoulder injury. In my opinion, Mando, it validates his shoulder injury. So it could have been a reason he held back the first 6 rounds and didn't let it go. But still, by you not engaging, you decreasing the level and the element of danger because you're not engaging. So you're not really putting yourself in a position to be punched. As you engage, as you increase your output, get in there more, then you're putting yourself at more risk as well. And I think it's that risk that the young Teofimo will capitalize off of in this next fight. So, well, I don't know, Ronald Finkley. Haney said on the Zone or the Aka Barack show that he would give Loma a shot at his belt. Man, forget about Haney. Duck, let me tell you something, bro. You need to go look at this video that I just put out the day before yesterday or yesterday, either one. Let me hit that, babe. Bill Haney, I thought that was a black. Bill Haney and Bob Arum was the reason Haney ain't already fought Loma. He could have fought Loma instead of Linares. He wasn't locked into no Linares fight. He had Devin Haney and Javier Fortuna as a mandatory, right? That he had them as mandatories, but they agreed to fight each other and took themselves off the table. So then the options came. Remember, he was supposed to be fighting Javier Fortuna. That was the fight that was going to happen. Linares wasn't going to happen. Loma wasn't in the picture. Ryan had already ducked the damn his mandatory slot. So it was supposed to be Fortuna. When the Fortuna situation fell apart, and I'm just trying to enlighten you here, brother. When the Fortuna situation fell apart, that's when Devin Haney and Lomachenko start jaw-jacking back and forth. And Bob was like, hey, we can do it. We can get that fight. That's a fight. That's a fight Haney needs to take. Now, you tell me this, Duck. keep listening to the Haney's. The Haney's got you guys fooled. If he fights and beats Lomachenko, is Lomachenko in the picture to fight Teofimo? If Lomachenko would have lost to Teofimo, then turn around and lost to Devin Haney, instead of him messing with Linares, getting rocked and carrying on, if he would have beaten Lomachenko, does Lomachenko get this fight? No, you idiot. No. Of course, Devin Haney will give Lomachenko a shot at his title now. That's to get in the way of Teofimo versus Lomachenko. See, Bill Haney and Devin Haney have nothing over Teofimo Lopez besides how much money they're making. So that's the only thing that he could attack is how much money. He can't attack what the kid's doing because Teofimo's doing way more than him. He's fighting a way better level of competition. He's accomplishing way more than Devin Haney. He's more impressive. He's exciting in the ring. Devin Haney's boring. So it's nothing that they can attack him on but the money. That's why Bill Haney always run around talking about, we getting these digits, money, 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 because that's all they can attack Devin Haney on. This would be an attack on the money. So now I get the Lomachenko fight. Now you're going to fight. We just took the money out of your pocket. Bro, wake up and pay attention. Duck, you don't pay attention a lot, do you, Duck? I can see that. You don't pay much attention to what's really going on. Lopez wasn't 100% in the first Lomachenko fight either. Good point, Shadow. Glad you mentioned that. People keep yakking on about Lomachenko, Duck, Mando Solo. Because Lomachenko made such a big issue about the shoulder, and my shoulder hurt, my shoulder hurt. Because he made such a big issue, his team made such a big issue about it. That's what you guys think about. Did you guys not remember that Teofimo had to have surgery on his ankle because he was injured in that fight? So y'all keep yakking on and on about Lomachenko mobility, being able to move, explode on the inside, get out. Teofimo had problems as well. He didn't make excuses and complaints and cry about it. But y'all people better wake up, man. Wake up. South Croy, what's up, brother? Brethren, what's good with you? He said, I think people are hating and it gets in the way of proper affair. Boom. Best comment. I'm going to leave that one up. Make sure I didn't miss anybody that came in. Reptile Lifestyle, what's good with you, brother? I see you out there. Appreciate you sliding through. I'm getting ready to shut it down. Makai, I know I didn't read some of you guys' comments, but y'all know I'm back in action. That's how it is. Manny Pacquiao, I see you out here. They hyped what Loma hard. Yeah, they did hype him up. He was hyped to a certain extent, but Loma deserved a lot of his hype, man. Manny Pacquiao, go to my channel. It's probably about 3 months back. It's called the Bill Haney Chronicles, Part 1. I never put Part 2 out because there was no need for it. But you go look at that video, Manny Pacquiao, because you still so far lost talking about Loma, Duck, and Haney. Bro, you really lost. That's been debunked. Just go watch the video so you can see the truth. So anyhow, guys, I got to get ready to go. South Croy, comment of the day. I think people hating, and it gets in the way of proper or fair assessment. Well said, South Croy. Hey, I appreciate all you guys. Back at 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. Y'all know, afternoon show. Glad to be back. Glad to have you guys back. Speak Your Mind, Sports Talk family, back in action. And y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.